Welcome to Curtis Ghost Corner, coming to you from a secret underground base in occupied America. Welcome back, and those of you that are new, welcome from Fox News. Fox News poll, Trump lead grows in GOP primary race. Now over 50% support. Republican primary voters were read a list of 15 announced and potential candidates for the 2024 nomination and voiced their preferred choices. Former President Donald Trump has expanded his lead in the Republican primary race, while President Biden continues to face uncertainty among Democratic primary voters, according to the latest Fox News national survey. Support, I should say non-support among Democrats for Biden has pretty much leveled off. It's in the 40 percentile, high 30s, low 40s, which to me is astounding. Biden's job performance has zero to do with Trump, you Trump derangement syndrome people. He's just failing. He's just flashing, he's just drowning in the water. And he's taking us down with him. Let's read on. Former President Trump has expanded his lead in the Republican primary race, while President Biden continues to face uncertainty of Democratic voters. Republican primary voters were read a list of 15 announced and potential candidates for the 2024 nomination. The survey released Wednesday finds Trump has doubled his lead since February and is up by 30 points over Ron DeSantis. Last month, he was up by 15 points. I believe that's because of the smart aleck, even though extremely clever and funny, response to the Manhattan District Attorney. And the whole thing, what did DeSantis say? Well, I don't know much about how hush money for a porno star is, but yeah, it was snarky, it was funny, but he should have backed up the principle that they're going after Trump, not Trump himself. There's a difference. No one else hits double digits. Mike Pence comes in third at 6%. Liz Cheney and Nikki Haley receive 3% each. Nikki, when you're at the same percentage as Liz Cheney, you might want to reconsider. And Greg Abbott comes in at 2%. Now, Greg Abbott is not an announced candidate, nor is Liz Cheney. 1% support or less, and just 3% are unsure. That's a low amount of unsure, 3%. So people have made up their mind. And as you can see here, from February of this year until now, this is just the end of March, less than 2 months, Trump has picked up 11 points. DeSantis has lost 4, and you can see down the line there. Nikki Haley lost the most. Of course, she didn't have much to begin with. It's just fascinating. It truly is. So Trump picked up 11. It's probably the one from Pence. Probably 3 or 4% from DeSantis people. That's 7. 8. 12. Yeah, that's about right. So everybody else, the longer the field is, the better it is for Trump. Trump made gains amongst every key demographic except for white men with a college degree, where DeSantis is up by 12 points. According to the subgroup of voters who backed Trump in 2020 general election, 60% support him in the GOP primary, 25% go for DeSantis, and 5% for Pence. Well, where's the other 10% go? When asked who their second choice would be, Trump of primary voters would back DeSantis. Well, of course. And the Florida's governor primary voters return the favor and go for Trump. Yeah. Ron DeSantis. You know, I have a small channel, so you're probably not going to see this, but if anybody knows DeSantis or anybody working for DeSantis that has DeSantis' ear, timing is everything in this world, especially politics. When Donald Trump ran in 2016, it was perfect timing. Just like Barack Obama when he ran for president. It was perfect timing. Timing is everything in life and especially in politics. Governor DeSantis, this is not your time. Your timing is wrong. You're a young man. I can understand why you don't want to attach yourself to Trump at the hip because the Democrats are screaming the MAGA Republicans are evil and all. I get it. But being snarky and working against Trump is not the same as saying nothing. The rumor that Trump is going to be indicted by the district attorney has helped him quite a bit among Republican primary voters. Yeah, no kidding. Said Darren Shaw, who conducts Fox News surveys with Democrat Chris Anderson. They view the case as politically motivated and reanimates feelings that Trump is still fighting forces they see as corrupt and out of control, which he is. They don't still see it. It's true. Trump faces a lawsuit in New York about potential violations of federal campaign finance laws. Yeah, it's a joke. So is the one in Georgia. That's a joke, too. On the other side of the aisle, 52% of primary voters would like to see someone other than Biden as their primary presidential nominee, about the same as last month. Some 44% want Biden to be the nominee, up from 37 in February. He gained 7 points during the East Palestine, during all this nonsense with Trump. Gun control, trans issues, the economy, inflation, you name the list. The war in Ukraine, energy problems here, and the list goes on and on and on, and he picked up 7 points. That tells me that I'll call it the death cult of the Progressive Democratic Party is actually gaining ground. That 7-point bump comes from the president's solidifying support among women, 8%, white voters, 9%, voters age 45 plus, and white voters with no degree. Ages 45 plus. They're talking about the baby boomers. I'm 66. I'm on the tail end of the baby boomers. The foundational support for the Democrat Party are the baby boomers, because they think, and I used to think that for years when I was a local elected official as a Democrat, that the Democrat Party that they grew up still exists. It doesn't anymore. It's gone. Now, it might not be gone forever. It might come back. But right now, it is gone. 2024 Democratic presidential nominee would like to see someone else, about the same, keep Biden went up 7 points. That's interesting. But here's the thing. They don't want Biden. They just don't want Trump. We haven't seen such movement in all attitudes towards Biden this past year, but what we have has been positive, and that's technically true. Holding the line and slowly bringing more people into the fold. Still, Biden's current support does not compare to what Trump received in 2019 February, when 22%, this is prior to the 2020 election, 72% of GOP registered voters wanted to keep him as their nominee, or support for former President Barack Obama in 2012 was 81% of Democratic primary voters. Biden's job rating is underwater by 12 points among registered voters, 44 to 56. Yeah. In order to have any viability at all, you've got to be in the low to mid 40s, and he just barely creeps in. And his approval among Democrats is near a record low. 81% approve versus 78% low. It's moreover, 44% of those Democrats who approve of him want someone else to run. 50% would keep him. They approve of what he's doing, but they want somebody else to run. I'll tell you, people are so screwed up. It's like they'll have a survey. What do you think of Congress? And they have a 17% approval rating. But when you ask about your congressional representative, they're in the 70s and 80s. People are so fickle. While it's expected that Biden will run again, he has yet to announce his reelection. Despite chatter about electability, both Democrat and Republican primary voters are more concerned about their candidates' views on the issues than if the nominee can win the general election. Unbelievable. What issues? How could you possibly support Biden on issues? What, climate change? Giving billions and trillions to Ukraine? Basically neutering our energy resources? The list goes on and on and on. But it's the cult of the party. I'm not saying that some Republicans aren't supposedly cult members, but the vast majority of Democrats are. A small percent of Republicans are. Republicans are more free thinkers. That's why they're hard for them to organize, where the Democrats can organize easily because they're all clones. This is great news for Trump. Great news, but I hope he doesn't lose focus. His policy videos on Truth Social and Rumble are very, very well done. On topic and to the point. I suggest you check them out. Look at Trump's policies, not his personality. In fact, that should be a saying. Policy, not personality. Until the next time, goodbye and good luck.